Guys, what's going on? What's going on? With this kind of energy, when we've got the moon and the high priestess, that's very secretive energy. Someone is kind of holding things close to them. Four of Pentacles, holding things close. Why? Look at the projection into the future. We have the Three of Swords. Someone's afraid to get hurt. That's coming up so strongly here. This is almost as if like the Eight of Swords. All right, actually, I'm not going to start with the Eight of Swords. I want to start with the Knight of Swords because he's the only one that's doing anything here. Have a look at the rest of them. This is all stuck energy, every single one of these. Someone spoke their truth. It's almost the sense that I'm getting from this is someone came out, spoke their truth, and now they've pulled their head back in. You know, like the turtle that pulls its head back into the shell, or you guys are the crab, right? To protect itself. Now, I don't know if the person that spoke the truth to you came in, said their piece, and ran off again, or whether you kind of built up the courage to go and say something to someone and you haven't had a response yet, or you're almost afraid to get the response back. I mean, this doesn't have to, this could be last week, last month, last year, right? Whenever this happened, the Knight of Swords. But it's, I mean, this person isn't, they're not hurtful, they're not wrong, they tell the truth, but they lack the tact of the king and queen. And they can be like, the truth is the truth of the truth, but that's your truth, Knight of Swords. Now, the whole thing with this now is the Eight of Swords is coming up as your underlying energy this week. This is being afraid. This is that voice of fear in your head. This, I mean, I don't mean to say that as in, oh, it's just thoughts in your head. We are our thoughts, right? We are those stories that get told within us. And so these swords that are coming around here, around this person here, they represent that voice of fear in our head. You know, don't do this, don't do that. It's going to tell you anything. It's going to tell you anything and everything to keep you safe. Think about how fear got, we need that fear response. Our ancestors, we wouldn't be alive today. We wouldn't be alive as a species if we didn't have that. I often think fear is what kept us alive. You know, people say, oh, don't be afraid and stuff. We need fear. Imagine our ancestors when they lived out in the open and stuff. If they'd heard a rustling in the grass and hadn't run out of fear, you know, that whole flight or fight response, they didn't have that, we'd be dead. So it's great. We need it as human beings, but in this day and age, we've turned it doesn't fire properly. I often think we get that kind of life or death response to a situation that isn't life or death. It feels like it is, but it isn't literally. Getting hurt has become this response, like it's a life or death response. So this is the voice of fear that's keeping you, you know, closed off or saying, don't do this. You feel trapped. I don't know what to do. I want change, but I can't change anything. What the Eight of Swords says is that if you can't make big changes right now, please do something small. Like she could struggle a little bit. She can move, right? She'd realize how much she has, but if she doesn't move at all, she's not going to know that she can free herself. Four of Pentacles coming up at the heart of your reading. This is comfort zone energy. And you know what? I want to be clear to you guys. I'm not putting you down. I can absolutely understand this. Every single human being on the face of this earth, I don't care who you are, has been through this at some point. We all get like this. You know, we went for that. We've failed that test 3 times. We don't want to go the 4th time. What if we fail again? The last relationship went to shit. I don't want to get hurt again. I put myself out there before. I went for the interview and they just laughed at me. It's that kind of energy that's coming in. It feels temporary. I know you guys are thinking, Jay, I've been feeling like this for the last 10 years. It feels temporary because of this. The Four of Pentacles. Now have a look at this guy, right? We can assume from this card that he's gotten some cargo in from his ship. Now he's either sold some goods, bought some goods, done something. He's got whatever he's made. He's got this money here, but he's locking it away in a chest. He's holding that one to his chest. And this is very valuable to him. Each of us, those 4 pentacles, they represent something to us. They can represent our heart, our pride, our stability, our work, whatever, right? But something that's of value to us, that represents security and stability. Now, when the Four of Pentacles comes up, if he locks away all four of those pentacles in a box, which is what some of you are doing, you're locking your heart away, you're locking you're saying, I can't do anything, I can't take action. If he locks that box, yeah, he won't lose the Four Pentacles, but he also won't get more than that. Nothing can change. This is a very kind of like, this is an impasse. Like, what's going to happen here? Everyone's stuck. If no one wants to make a move, if everyone's afraid, this is, and it doesn't even just have to be you. Maybe you're dealing with someone and this is going on. But this is the comfort zone. It says, unless he goes and spends that money, unless he goes and invests it, risks, makes himself vulnerable, he will never have more than he has. Which is frightening, I know, because we have the Eight of Swords next to him and we have the Three of Swords. Now, I've talked about the Knight of Swords already. So this is some truth. Either you spoke your truth, you had a truth, you fought for your truth, or somebody else did. Good, bad, or ugly, it doesn't matter. Because that's the past, it's done. But it's left you not knowing what the lay of the land is. You're confused. For some of you, I think more information is needed. More information is needed. But that's just it. Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our ideas, right? And how we communicate them. And yet this is a card of non-communication. All right. So this is the moon, right? And think about the moon. What's the example I give? You guys can probably say this off by heart, those that have been following me for a while. The moon is when we look down this, you're looking down the pathway in front of you to where you want to go, to where you want to be. But think about it. Even if the moon is high in the sky, even if it's a full moon and you're looking ahead, there's going to be shadows. What you're currently doing is you're looking down the path. You're looking down the path and you're doing this, which is, oh my God, I'm going to fall in a ditch. In that shadow, there's a ditch, or there's someone waiting to mug me, or there's a wild dog that's going to attack me. But you don't actually know what's in the shadows. Those are your fears telling you what's in the shadows. So the moon is telling you, please look at this. Please look at what your fears are. Listen to them. Don't listen to them, but address them. Address the voices in your head. I don't mean to make you sound crazy, but you know that that are telling you you can't do it. Why? Why can I not do it? Because whatever it is, it lies outside of your comfort zone. You have the Four of Pentacles here. What clarified the moon was the Eight of Coins, the Eight of Pentacles. So what you're doing right now is you're focusing on your fears, which is not a bad thing if you're addressing them. If you're crippled by them, if you're stuck by them, yeah, then that's a problem. So what you're being asked to focus on is this Eight of Pentacles. The work that you've put in, the work that you put in to that. Now I'm wondering if there's something that has come up for you guys that's triggered all of this. That's the sense I'm getting. It's this guy. I keep coming back to this. Is it almost as if he's a merchant? He's at the docks, right? And a beautiful cargo's come in on the ship and he's holding his pentacles thinking, yeah, I really want that cargo, but I really want my money. I really want my pentacles. I want my security. What if it doesn't work out? How can I spend my last 4 pentacles on this? So that's what it feels like. But you're being asked to focus on, look at the work. Look how much effort you've put into this. You're not an apprentice anymore. This is the apprenticeship card. Whatever you've been through, whatever you went through last time, you survived it. You survived it. And I get it. You might have just gotten to a place that's given you a bit of stability and security. I get the sense that someone's come in or something, maybe an offer, or I don't know what's happened, but it feels like something's triggering this response. It's turned safe and secure into a trap because there's something and you don't know what to do now. So with the Three of Swords coming up as your future energy, that's what you're projecting forward. I'm going to get hurt again. I'm going to get hurt again. But you don't know that. The moon tells you don't know that. The Eight of Swords says that's what the voices in your head are saying. Right? That I can tell you this, guys. This is not coming from your intuition. If this was your intuition, if you were right about any of this, she would not be your advice. She is intuition. She would be here instead of the moon. The moon would be there. The High Priestess would be there saying, oh, trust your intuition. It's not coming from intuition. It's coming from fears. Why? Because you don't want to get hurt again. Now, the Three of Swords is not just, it's not just heartache, it's not just pain. What this says as well, if you have a look, now usually it's the three swords in the heart, right? And we kind of see a heart here. Look at her, devastated, heartache, pain, grief. When this kind of a card comes up in the future, it's a projection, especially after the moon, especially after the Eight of Swords, because we don't know what's beyond this. We don't. The moon is telling you, can you walk this path on faith? Because you can't see what's there. There are shadows on the path, but you have to go and look at the shadows, right? And you've done so much work. It's saying that you're not an apprentice anymore. You're a master now. We all walk around with three swords in our heart, every single one of us. We have an issue about something. That's what those three swords are. Can be how we were treated at school. Can be our parents' relationship. Every relationship we ever had. Jobs that we've had. What someone said to us in the locker room, like whatever it is, right? Body issues that we've had. Even we might be skinny Instagram models now. We've still got issues because we used to be fat. It's that kind of stuff. So the Three of Swords is telling you, you're carrying those three swords. Like when something happens, if someone says something to you, yeah, they might be nasty. Yeah, they might be whatever. But the reason it hurts you so much is because those three swords are in your heart. They've reminded you of a pain that you have, a wound that you carry around within you.